Hi, I'm Laura and I'm one of the co-founders of LWP Pilates, and today I'd like to talk to you about your workstation setup. Unfortunately, a lot of you are going to be working from home at the moment due to the COVID-19 pandemic, and so what I want to make sure is that if you are working from home, that you're doing it properly and in the best position as possible. So if we start at the bottom and work our way up, ideally you want to have your feet on the floor. So with me, with my feet on the floor, I'm now finding that my arms and my chest are too low. So the best thing for me to do is to sit on a cushion to bring me up a little bit higher. So now my feet, my toes are on tiptoes really underneath. So what I would then do is pop my feet onto a cushion or onto a block just to create some stability for my feet, so there's not pressure going through the rest of my joints. So the next thing we need to have a look at is the height for you above your keyboard. So making sure that the elbows are sitting either at 90 degrees or a little bit less ideally. So if you're a little bit higher than that and you're above the height of your keyboard, that's going to be much better than the elbows being really flexed. It can put more pressure on the nerves around your elbow. So a good sized keyboard is always best. I've only got a small iPad keyboard here, which I wouldn't use all day long, but an adjustable keyboard that maybe tilts slightly would be really good, or even the split keyboards are great as well. And the same for having a separate mouse if you can. And then you'll find that when you're typing, your elbows don't need to sit in quite so tightly at your sides. You can have a little bit of a freedom for your elbows and for your shoulders, and you can type a little bit more comfortably here. If you have a separate keyboard and a separate mouse, it then means if you're using a laptop, the laptop can then be raised up onto a block in front of you, and then you can have the screen at pretty much eye level, somewhere sort of in the middle here. Otherwise, you'll find that using a laptop by itself on the table, generally your position is going to be quite hunched and quite flexed over. So the best thing to do to enable you to sit up is to get your screen height a little bit higher. I wouldn't advise that you lean on the gel pads or that you buy extra gel pads for the keyboard or for the mouse, because it just means that you're not leaning on your wrists. You've got a main nerve that runs through your wrist, and you can end up giving yourself some nerve compression by leaning on them. It also means that you isolate just the hands and the wrists, so they're the only ones that are working when you're typing, whereas if you've got the arms free, it's more of a gross movement from your shoulders and from the elbows as well when you're typing. So that's definitely much better for you. Now, if you're able to have a bit of a stretch out during the day, then obviously feel free to get yourself onto the floor. The arm opening exercises that I did on Monday for our move of the week are ideal exercises for this. If you're unable to leave your desk, really busy at work, then that's absolutely fine. But some nice things to get a little bit of rotation, a bit of stretch going, is to reach behind your chair and just to reach over with this hand and just turn and hold for a few seconds just to get the spine rotating, and then reach over to the other side and see if you can get some rotation going this way as well. And repeat that a few times on each side. I then look at opening out the chest, just squeezing gently the shoulder blades together, gently lifting the head, just stretching the arms out, and then maybe repeating different positions of the shoulders, just to get the shoulders really opened up and the chest opened up and working there. And if you get your setup right, then you can look to reduce the chances of getting neck, shoulder, back pains, and that can also include referred pains down into your leg as well. So if we can try and reduce that, then all the better. Pilates is ideal for people that work at desks, because lots of our exercises look to open ourselves up and create more strength and power in our back muscles that don't get used quite as much. So on Saturday, look out for my YouTube video that's going to have some exercises to really help promote chest opening and back strengthening exercises. Pilates is a great way of focusing the mind away from work and from COVID-19 that's going on at the moment. So it gives you a chance to engage with your body for an hour in our classes, to think about your breathing, helps to reduce anxiety levels and make you become a bit more mindful about your body and what you're feeling with your body. So if you want to have a go at one of our classes, then you can just pick one of our classes on our Pick Time app. Just go for it and have a click through our webpage and see what you can find for classes that suit the day and time that you would like. But you'll really find some good benefit from it, and the fact that you can do it all from home, you haven't got to travel anywhere, means that you can be at the other end of the country and still be able to complete our exercises. So we look forward to seeing you at some point in the future soon. In the meantime, get your desk set up properly and reduce the risk of injuries.